Hello viewers, you are welcome once again to a special edition of Hour of Glory Television's program. Hawk TV, as the name says, the best within the community. Thank God today, Hour of Glory Television, we have right here in our studio a member, a worker from the IND. Of course, I'm saying IND. But before I have a one-on-one with this lady, this program is kindly brought to you by the kind courtesy of IND Graphics. When we talk about IND Graphics, that is the #1 in graphics design. The name, of course, happens to be OD4, and I'm going to be the host for the program. You are welcome to Hour of Glory Television.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. If you can just tell us your name and where you come from, who you are, then we can also continue.
My name is Rut Kanis. I live here in Amsterdam, and I work for the Immigration Office, the IND, at their desk here in Amsterdam.
So you are from IND?
Yes.
So it means our staying permits are going to be granted today.
Really?
Yeah.
Brought a whole bag of a residence permit. No, that's not how it works, unfortunately.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. No.
Okay, you are here because we had an let me say messages going around within the Ghanaian community and the African community that there is a KINDERPARDON. And that is one of the reasons why we send this request to have a one-on-one with you to clarify for us, those of us people, anybody watching Hour of Glory Television, people who can benefit from this KINDERPARDON.
Yes, thank you for the invitation.
Thank you too for accepting us.
It's important to provide the proper information. I don't want to give a lot of people false hope. Because KINDERPARDON sounds like as long as you have a child, you'll be pardoned for having stayed here undocumented, and you'll get a residence permit.
Right.
That's not the case.
Wow. Wait a minute. You said KINDERPARDON. That was the word going round. And now you're saying that is not. So how does it go?
It is actually targeted at a very specific small group of people.
Okay.
It's for people who once came to the Netherlands.
Okay.
They requested asylum. They're here with children. They came with their children, or the children were born here. Wow. And they've been here for more than 5 years. Okay, so one, they requested for asylum. Yes.
And two, maybe or not, they have children during the process. Yes. And three, they've been living here for more than 5 years.
Yes, so if you never requested asylum, then KINDERPARDON is not going to work for you. If you don't have children, KINDERPARDON is not going to work for you.
Wow.
If you have not been here for at least the last 5 years, it's also not going to work for you. So it's actually a thing for a very small group of people.
Okay.
It would only be considered if you requested asylum. So if you said, I'm a refugee, please give me protection because I'm not safe in my own country.
Okay.
And if you requested asylum and it was denied, and you've stayed here ever since, then you may try to ask for this.
You stayed here. What is here? Is it the European Union, or you stayed in the, can you go deeper?
You should have been here in the Netherlands.
Okay.
And you should be known, your address, the place where you're staying, should be known to the IND or the Aliens Police or DTMV. They deal with deporting people home.
Okay.
Or NIDOS, in case you're a child without parents, then they take care of you. Or the COA, so you're staying in a refugee camp, for example.
Okay.
If one of these government organizations knows you and they know where you've been all these years, then it may be possible to get this residence permit.
Okay. So all things being equal, if somebody feels in this, garb or category, what is the procedure now?
Well, if you haven't tried before the last couple of years, and this is your first time to try, then it's very important to fill out the form and send it to the IND.
And what is that form, is it?
It's a form on our website.
Okay.
The number is 7053.
7053.
Yes.
Form, application form 7053.
Yes, so if you go to the website ind.nl, on the right top, you can search for words or numbers. So if you would tick 7053, you will find the proper form.
Okay.
You would have to print it out, fill it out, and send it to the IND. And make sure you do that before February 26th, which is next week, Tuesday already. So the latest you can send it would be coming Monday. So it should have the stamp of coming Monday, the 25th, or another day before.
What about the 26th stamp on it?
If it has the stamp of the 26th, then you're late. You've missed your chance.
Wow.
That's how it is.
Wow.
So it's very strict and there's very little time. So if you think you meet the criteria, I would advise you to fill out the form and send it today or tomorrow.
Okay. And how does it go? If a child does it, what are the advantages? Where does it go to? Does it affect other people also to get a residence permit? Or?
It's the child to fill out the information.
Okay.
And then in the form you can add your family members. So if the child has a sibling, a brother or sister, or a father or a mother, then you can include the information about them in the same form. So then you need one form for the entire family.
Okay.
You send it to the IND. Then later the IND will invite you to come to our office. And later will take some time because we will receive quite some applications, so we need time to look at all of them, and then we have to schedule these appointments. So it will take a while before you get your invitation to come to our office, and then we will meet you in person. We will ask you to pay for the application. For each person it will be 164 euros.
Wow, you guys are making money.
Yeah.
164 euros
Yes,
per application. That's not a problem. If you are going to give me residence permits, I'm okay.
Yeah, so it's one form for the entire family, but each family member will have to pay 164 euros.
Wow.
And you will have to do that when you come to that appointment. If at that moment you cannot pay, you'll be given a notice of maybe 1 or maybe 2 weeks
21 days
to pay. If then you haven't paid, then it's cancelled.
But you know the person is not working in the Netherlands because he or she doesn't got a residence permit, and meanwhile you are asking for 164 euros. Meanwhile the father and the mother and the siblings, they are all not working. So where do they expect them to get the money from?
I can't help that. That's what has been agreed upon, that people have to pay for the application.
Okay.
And if you don't pay, you can try your best to convince us why in your situation it was impossible. Will that be successful? I don't know. But the general rule is you will have to pay 164 euros for each applicant, for each family member.
Let's get deep also into it. If I qualified, you know, I've been living in the Netherlands, but officially I'm not having an address. So how can you say we need to prove that we are living in the European Union or in the Netherlands? Because I can't go to the hospital. And for God so good, for all these years I've never been sick. And I don't have a bank account. So how do you check whether somebody was still living in the European Union for the last 5 years?
Well, when you requested asylum and when that was rejected, we knew where you were staying.
Yeah, but rejection means I have to leave. So
yeah, but first you were in a refugee camp.
Yeah, of course.
Some people then remained in the refugee camp, and every now and then they were invited to talk to the DTNV, which is the office that organizes for people to go back home if they can't stay here. So if they know where you are, because they had appointments with you and you would show up, or at least they knew where to find you, then you're known to us. So if it's either COA, they deal with the refugee camps, or it's DTNV, they deal with these talks about going back home, how to arrange that, or the IND, if we know where we can find you, and we knew all this time, then it's fine.
But my church can also write a letter to prove that I've been coming to church, all right?
Yes, you could try that. Of course, there's always a way to try to convince us that despite all of that, because you don't have that, that maybe there's another way we can be convinced that you were really here.
Okay.
You can try. You have the right to try and try to convince the IND I was here the last 5 years.
Okay.
Whether it will be successful or not, I don't know. But you have the right to try and then collect as much evidence as possible.
You said the word kinderpardon. Do you have an age limit for kinder? Because a child, I know, is up to 17 years or 18 years or 19, some even up to 21 years, depending on the situation. What do you have an age limit?
Well, the asylum request should have been done before the child was 13. What is important to keep in mind is that the child that applies for this residence permit should have been in the Netherlands at least 5 years before the child turned 18. If that is not the case, then this cannot work out. So that's what you have to keep in mind.
And now is the other way around. The child is going to get a residence permit and he's going to extend it to the parents.
Yes, because the parents will maybe receive the residence permit because of the child.
Wow.
So the child is central.
That's what I'm saying, that it's now the other way around. Because when they were seeking for the asylum or whatever it is, it was the father or the mother who was asking for the residence permit.
Yeah.
And it was rejected.
Yes.
But now, because the son or the daughter or the child can request it, and then you give it back to the parents.
Yes, there was a political discussion that there's children who were brought here or born here, they've been here for long,
Okay.
somehow they never left,
Yeah.
and they are now rooted in Dutch society.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So they are used, they're integrated, Dutch may be their first language, and that's why there was a political debate whether these children should somehow have the opportunity to maybe stay. So it's about the children.
Yeah, so it's about the children. So the point is, children, some of the children were born here. Some of them were brought from Ghana or whatever African, whatever it is here as youngers. And now they've lived here all the years of their lives. So should it only be only on asylum or some other residence application that was also rejected?
This kinderpardon is only connected to asylum.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Okay. So many people calling, people getting to the IND is first of all have to be with asylum.
If you have not applied for asylum in the past, there's no point in asking for the kinderpardon.
Okay.
You will not get it.
That is one.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a child also?
Then of course it's not possible because it's kinderpardon. Another thing is if one of the family members has been sentenced to at least 1 month of prison time, then it's also a no.
Wow.
So that's also something you have to consider, because if that's what's been going on with one of the family members, ruins it for the whole family.
Yeah, then you simply take that person out of the family.
No.
Maybe you just tuning. We are having a one-on-one with Ruth Candice from the IND. We're talking about kinderpardon. A lot of people have been calling us, have been going to IND. The whole point is they have up to the 26th of February. Maybe it's going to be extended.
No, it will not be extended for sure. Most of the people who will receive this residence permit based on the kinderpardon, almost all of them are already known in our system. They have applied before. They are known to the IND, and their lawyers are already working on it. Those few that are not known, they have to take action in this short period of time.
Wow.
And that's it. So if you're in doubt, better safe than sorry. Fill out the form, send it in time. If later on you have the chance to talk to a lawyer or to some legal advice and you find out I don't meet the criteria, you can always withdraw your application.
Wow, wow, wow.
And
I
then
like
you
that
stop
advice. It's very well, very good.
So I wouldn't be too worried.
Yeah. So if you are not sure, simply apply it.
Yeah.
And of course, during the application, then you can seek for other legal advices also. You can simply go to IND, make an appointment. Can people come to IND also for such advices also?
You can call us and book an appointment to meet with someone in person.
Wow, that's perfect. What is the telephone number for that?
088
088
and then 0430
0430
and then again 430.
430. That is for the IND.
That's the IND. Of course, my colleagues who pick up the phone, they will try to help you on the phone.
Okay.
So that you get your information immediately.
Wow.
But if that for whatever reason is not okay with you, you can always ask for an appointment and meet with someone in person, and then you talk.
For how long has it been out now?
January 29th is when this arrangement was made, this particular one.
And just less than 1 month, you are closing it.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. Hey, we just give you 1 minute. Just give us an advice, whatever you think you want to tell us.
Well, that's an interesting remark. There's lots of things to say. Well, I would say that if you think you meet the requirements for this residence permit, the kinderpardon, then fill out that form and send it in time. And then later on, if you find out, well, I was mistaken, I don't meet the criteria, then you can just withdraw that application. But keep in mind, if you never requested asylum, or you don't even have a child, or you were not here the last 5 years, or you've been sentenced to prison time for at least 1 month, there's no point in applying, because then the answer will be no. But if you think that you may have a chance, then fill out the form and send it in time. Don't miss your opportunity, of course. And seek advice from a lawyer or some legal advisor to be sure. And good luck.
Thank you also, my lovely viewer. The name, of course, is OD4. This program was brought to you by the kind courtesy of NE Graphics, the #1 graphic design in the whole of the Netherlands. Not only in Amsterdam, but in the whole of the Netherlands. He gives you the best with color of television. Same time next week, watch Hour of Glory Television. And thank you very much also.
You're welcome.